Lazytown. Once upon a time, there was a town where all the people were exceedingly lazy. They didn't like to do any kind of work at all. They didn't clean up their yards, keep their streets clean, nor bother to weed their vegetable patches. The chief hated it, and every so often he would start a cleanup campaign. But only a handful of people would turn up, and they would stop working after a couple of hours. In the blink of an eye, the place would be just as bad as it ever was. One day, a hurricane blew through the town. After it had passed, the place looked even worse than before. But the worst thing was that an enormous tree had been blown over and thrown right across the main road leading to the marketplace. The first trader came along, carrying his produce, and found the road blocked by the tree. He said, "I haven't got time to move this tree." So he walked around the tree and carried on his way. More traders came along and did exactly the same thing. The chief heard about the tree blocking the road. He asked, "Why don't some of these people get together and move it?" But days went by, and nobody did anything about it, and the tree remained where it was. The chief came up with a plan to teach his townspeople a lesson. Very early the next day, before the sun had come up, he dug a hole under the tree where he hid some gold. In the afternoon, he summoned all the citizens to gather at the spot of the fallen tree. When they were all together, the chief made a speech suggesting that if all of them worked together, it would not take very long to remove the obstacle. One of the farmers said, "The hurricane put that tree there. Let's ask the hurricane to move it out of the way." "Yes," said another. "Why should we exert ourselves?" "What's wrong with walking around it?" asked another. The chief was just about to give up when a skinny young man stepped forward. "I will have a go," he said, and started pulling and pushing the heavy tree. The other townspeople just stood there and watched, some making fun of the young man. The chief wanted to see if anybody would come forward to help the young man, but nobody else made a move. Once the tree had been moved to the side of the road, the young boy noticed a bunch of leaves piled in the place where the tree used to be and went to see what was beneath them. The young farmer pushed the leaves aside and very quickly uncovered the gold. He was overjoyed. The chief said to him, "All this gold is yours to keep. You have earned it, and you can do with it as you please." And to the lazy townspeople he said, "Let this be a lesson to you all. Laziness doesn't get you anything. Rewards come to the person who is prepared to work hard." The end.